right, I think we're going to get started. So I'm Phoenix Rising Star. Uh, Welcome to Let Your Light Shine. This is a guided meditation that is very guided by the angels, very inspired by the angels. I work with angels, in case you didn't know. I'm the founder and director of the Healing Angel Protocol, which is a consciousness therapy that helps you to trust your guidance, to heal the past, and to activate your soul's purpose with sacred geometry. So, today's topic, Let Your Light Shine, is really, I think, instrumental given the times that we're in, the times of uncertainty, the times of such significant change, and the times of not knowing where we're going or what's going to be happening or how long this is going to be continuing. So, all those things can lead us to shut down our light or just freeze, like a deer in the headlights. And for others, people just keep going because they're doing what they're doing, and nothing has stopped them. Some of you might have had like experiences where all of a sudden you're seeing a significant change in relationships. Maybe you've lost loved ones or friends, and for that, you have my deepest condolences. Others of you might see significant changes monetarily because maybe your source of income has dried up, or you've lost your job, or it's temporarily on hold, and so you have no income. And again, my deepest compassion for you. If you're on the front line and in any way, whether you're a grocery store worker or emergency room worker, you have my deepest gratitude for all that you are doing. So thank you for those of you that are on that front line. So to let your light shine, let's talk about this for just a second. This is about sharing your gifts with the world and knowing that you are making a difference in the world and having a bigger impact on the world. And up to about 5-6 weeks ago, you might have been really secure in that, really feeling like you were on your way and doing just that and feeling really confident in that. And all of a sudden, the world changes and we're all kind of looking at each other because we have to make some changes and adapt, right? That is how we are the survivors of the species, is through our adaptation. It is because we can adapt our gifts and offer them in a different way that we can continue to let our light shine, that we can continue to impact the world in a better way. Now, I'm going to invite you to just kind of play with that for a minute in your mind, because that might be a shift that you hadn't considered before. Many times we're so locked into the joy of what we're doing as we're sharing our gifts that we think that that is the only way, or we think that that's the best way for us. But these kinds of circumstances offer us an opportunity to think out of the box and to say, how can we give our gifts in a different way and continue to make a big difference? So I want you to just kind of play with that. And if you have some really strong, significant challenges in your life right now, and concerning letting your light shine, feel free to put them in the chat as we continue to talk, and then we'll come back to that. I know that I have a lot of friends that are body workers or energy workers, and they are very hands-on people. As a result, their practices have been kind of shut down, or their clients are no longer coming for various reasons. They've been shut down by the government, or people are choosing not to do that because we're all under that stay-at-home order, and it's to their safety that they not engage in hands-on activities like that. Maybe they're not willing to spend the money. So all of a sudden, body workers and energy workers, for instance, are seeing a great reduction in their income, which can leave them feeling really paralyzed, right? I was talking with a body worker the other day, and I said, listen, this is just your chance to still let your gifts shine their light on the world, but you just got to find a different way to reach people so that they know you are listening to them, that you're working with them, you're continuing to share some things with them. You're just doing it differently. You may not be seeing them in person, but maybe you're seeing them over creating some videos of self-care techniques now that you're home all the time. Or maybe you could teach an online class on couples massage or something like that. Just trying to give some ideas of how to shift the gifts, but still share the light with the world. Another person that I was talking to recently was the gal that cuts my hair, and she was frantic because she has been shut down by the government saying, hey, it's not safe, so we're closing the doors. And she doesn't have an income and she doesn't know what to do with herself if she's not working. And I said to her, this is a great chance to do some things about how to take care of your hair now that you're at home and you can't get out to your hairdresser. What are some conditioning tips, or how could you cut your bangs, or, things like that that would be helpful to people. So there are ways to continue to share your light with the world, even though they may not be the normal ways that you're used to. It's just about thinking out of the box. Don't let our circumstances hold you back from that. Allow yourself to adapt so we become the survival of the fittest, right? Now, there are two obstacles that I think stand in the way the most of letting our light shine, no matter what the world's circumstances are. And the first one is our own cellular memory. And what I mean by that, and those of you that know me already know this spiel, but I'll keep it short. But our cellular memory is a record of all of our experiences. So if in your past someplace you had a chance to let your light shine, and it really wasn't pretty, it was actually quite disastrous. Maybe you were publicly humiliated, or maybe you felt that you completely failed at it, or maybe you just tried it once and said, never mind, I'm never going to do that again. It was horrible. Those kinds of things stay locked in our cells, in our cellular memory. And so when we have a chance to let our light shine, what happens is that cellular memory comes up and says, oh yeah, look what happened the last time you did that. It was really ugly. Don't do that again. And it keeps us playing small. It keeps us from sharing everything that the world would benefit from us. So, but fortunately, there are ways to heal our cellular memory, and that's one of the things we're going to be doing today. The other challenge that I think comes up with letting our light shine is trusting our guidance. Now, that's more current maybe than ever before. But right now we're at a position where we don't feel like we can trust anything. Like we can't trust the government, and we can't even trust the medical community because they're all at odds and nobody knows the right answers or seems to have solutions or enough equipment or anything like that. And really, the only place we can go for the answers that are best for us, especially for letting our light shine, is to go within. Whether you're calling this talking to God or talking to your angels and guides or your higher self or your higher power, it doesn't matter what term you use, as long as you understand you are working only with the highest and best that has your highest and best. And when we are allowing that to come through, when we receive that, trust it, then we can act on it and make a bigger impact in the world. But the challenge comes, we have forgotten how we receive our inner guidance if we're not actively utilizing it on a daily basis. And the second part is, because of that cellular memory, you may have some resistance to trusting it. Maybe you've had some experiences where it wasn't safe to trust, or you acted before you had all the information, or you didn't receive it clearly enough because you weren't clear about how you were receiving it. And so therefore you had disastrous circumstances, and that may be getting in the way of trusting your guidance now. And again, that's something we're going to be working on today too. So we're going to eliminate the obstacles that let your light shine, even in a different way than ever before, so that we collectively are making the world a better place through sharing our gifts. That's ultimately what we're all here to do, and we need to get back to it. That's the basics of what we're here for. Don't let the outside circumstances take you off that course. This is why you are here. Okay? So here's how we're going to do that. It's really easy. I do everything with guided meditation because I believe in the healing power and the healing benefits of it. It isn't just the words, it's what is evoked in through the memory and the cellular memory within you that creates more healing at a deeper DNA level than almost any other type of modality, therapy, or technique. And there are so many types of research on the powers of guided meditation. So why not utilize it? It's the simplest thing we can all do. And when we begin today, I'm going to take you into that tiny space of your heart, which we all have one. It's an intuitive, energetic place that holds all the answers. Everybody knows exactly where theirs is. Whether you can pinpoint it with your finger or not is really irrelevant because inside you, you know where it is. And we're going to spend a lot of time there in a space of love because love is the forerunner of all healing. And the first thing we'll do is we'll heal the past, whether it's this lifetime or any others that might be getting in your way of letting your light shine. That the clearer we are, the easier it is for us to let our light shine and to manifest our soul's purpose. So that'll be the first thing that we do. The second thing is to open up our channels of receiving so that we're really clear about how we receive our inner guidance. And then we're going to ask for a message or a sign that will come to us in the next 24 hours that will help us to let our light shine, even if it's not in the same way we've been doing it. Even if it's a right-hand turn, it's still aligned with our gifts. It's just a different way of doing it. And at that point, then you're going to just feel like a new person. You're going to feel energized and renewed and restored with a new purpose and a remembrance of who you are and why you're here. And that is my deepest desire for you. So, do we have anybody that put in their challenges? No, sometimes challenges are just a little too hard to talk about on a chat, and I get that. So we did refer to some of the most common ones: losing your loved ones, losing your friends, losing your income, kind of losing our sense of self. Don't forget, you have a free gift here. It's the very first link that's at the top of the chat. If you can't see the chat, you can click on Manage Participants, click on Chat, and then click on that link so that you can take that home and begin to really trust your inner guidance in a way that works for you, to let your light shine in all the ways that are right for you, even if it's not the same way you've been doing it. Thank you so much for being here. So now, before we start, I'm going to turn off my video because it's easier, it's less distracting. I talk with my hands, you don't need to see my hands. I encourage you to turn off your videos if you haven't already. And let's just get settled, let's get relaxed into a place that is comfortable for you, whether you're sitting or lying down. And if you lie down, you may have a tendency to go to sleep, and there's nothing wrong with that. That means that you are actually taking this in at a very, very deep level, which is exactly what you need. Okay, I'll put in the chat. I'm seeing in the chat that you can't see the gift. Here's the link again. And so you can click on that. All right, so just getting yourself comfortable in a place where you're sitting or lying down, and allow your breathing to begin slowing down. Maybe at first it might feel like you're slowing it down a lot, and it may feel a little uncomfortable, but quickly you'll relax into that way of breathing that is perfect for you. Just letting every inhale be as long and as slow as every exhale. And what you're doing is you're signaling your body for change and transformation, and for letting that light shine in the ways that are perfect for you, the ways that are comfortable for you. the ways that are best for you. Good. Just breathing in and breathing out. Sometimes, with all the things that are going on, we forget to just take time to breathe. And just know that when you're breathing like this, you are energizing and relaxing at the same time every cell in your body. You're energizing through the oxygen and you're relaxing them because they have oxygen. So there's no need to feel tense or tight. You can just be completely relaxed. And when your breathing is at that perfect place, I invite you to find your way to that tiny space of your heart. This energetic heart space is located in a place that's behind your physical heart. Everyone has one, and everyone intuitively knows where it is. And when you place your consciousness there, it may be different for different people, so just allow yourself to be open to how this appears to you. For some, it is more like a temple or a sanctuary, or maybe a sacred room. And for others, it's a place outdoors in nature, maybe under the stars or in the full sunlight, where the temperature is just perfect for you. So allow this place to be what it is as you begin to take in the details of it. Noticing if there are any sacred objects or symbols. Feeling aligned with those if they are there. Noticing what you might be hearing. Sometimes there are tones or frequencies, or the crackling of fire, or the splash of water. Noticing if there are any unique scents or smells, like incense or smoke or sage. Feeling the temperature on your skin and feeling very grounded and relaxed where you are there. Listening to the space between your heartbeats. Hearing the sound between your breaths. And just taking a moment to be still with this in this powerful place, this sacred place. And from this place of stillness and profound silence, I invite you to have a memory of a time in which you felt unconditional love, the kind of love that doesn't judge and there are no conditions to it. So you may have experienced that. You may have been lucky enough to have experienced that with a human being, maybe a parent or a child or a dear friend. Or maybe you have experienced this unconditional love with an animal, a beloved pet, or just a profound experience in nature where you felt at one with all things, with all life. Maybe you've been lucky enough to have a profound spiritual experience that just changed you for forever and touched your heart in a very special way. To the best of your ability, hold those memories in your heart right now. Those memories of that love that was so deep, so rich, so accepting, so pure. When we hold that in our heart, it just keeps coming in and coming in and coming in and filling up our heart space. And it overflows into our physical body, where you are filling up from the bottoms of your feet to the top of your head, just as though you were a glass of water, filling with unconditional love. And that love is touching absolutely every part of you with love. And when it gets to the top of your head, it spills over into your energy field, beginning with a physical layer, which is the memory of our physical experiences. And again, you're filling up as though you were a glass of water from the bottom of your energy field to the top of your physical layer, being touched with love and spilling over into the next layer, which is the emotional layer, the memory of all your emotions. And you are being filled with love, touched by love, and filling to overflowing into the mental layer, the record of all of our mental belief systems, which are all being touched with love. And last, this love spills over into your spiritual layer, which is a record and a memory of all lifetimes and all experiences, and every one of them is being touched with love. And slowly, as this fills up to the top, you will become aware that you are now surrounded in a huge sphere of unconditional love as you are in that sacred space of your heart. And I invite you to just sit with that for a few moments, because this love is already healing whatever might be in your way of letting your light shine. You don't have to know what it is that's being healed. You're just allowing for this divine love to do its work and to fill you with divine essence. That's all. The beautiful thing about healing in this way is that you're not repeating anything, you're not reliving anything, you're just in that state of love. And it feels so good. And it goes very quickly. Love doesn't have to take a long time for healing. So as you continue to stay in this sacred space of your heart, we next begin to open up your channels of receiving, the channels of receiving your inner guidance to guide you on the right path for letting your light shine. And we'll begin first with your inner vision, opening up your inner eyesight. And you can practice in your sacred space of your heart by just asking yourself, what do you see with your inner vision? Now, for some of you, it may be additional colors that you hadn't noticed before, or different objects. Or maybe there's handwriting on the wall in a language you didn't know, but somehow you know what it means. There can be so many other things that your inner vision is bringing to you now. Opening up your inner ears, your inner listening, to notice what additional sounds, tones, or frequencies, voices are you hearing? Even opening up your sense of smell. What are some additional scents that you are now aware of? Maybe the scent of flowers, or the richness of plants, or something entirely different. And opening up your sense of taste. There are lots of receptors that allow us to taste experiences. Maybe they're juicier, sweeter, richer. And there's your skin, which is a huge receptor. Do you have goosebumps? ripples, coolness, heat or pressure. These are just some of the ways in which you can sense your inner guidance. And there are so many more. Just do an inventory of your senses and see which ones are your strongest for you. When you're ready, you can ask for a sign from your inner guidance, that highest level of inner guidance. A sign sometime during the next 24 hours that will help you to let your light shine either in the way you've been doing it or a new way that will help meet the needs of people where they are right now. You may get it immediately through your senses, or sometime in 24 hours it will be there for you. Helping you to trust your inner guidance, helping you to let your light shine, to share your gifts safely, to make a bigger impact, and knowing that we're all making a difference. I invite you to stay in this space as long as you can, as long as you like, until it feels complete for now. Once you've been here, you can come back here anytime you choose. And I invite you to come back here often, to recharge, to renew, to restore. Let's light up the world, and let's make the world a better place with our gifts. I thank you so much for making a difference. Namaste.